All right. Should probably do it louder. It still feels kind of quiet.
Mine sounds loud, so I don't know what yours.
Is that better?
I don't know. Oh, mine is low now.
Low?
I can't hear mine now. Hello? That's better.
Okay.
I can hear you. Fine.
No?
I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Unless you feel low.
Nope. So I think this is number 20.
20.
We've made it past another 10.
Is this becoming mundane yet?
No. It's just, this is actually a perfect topic for the day. So,
Okay.
and also not take that approach with this, but to truly just have fun.
That's the whole reason why we started it.
Yep. Because Lord knows, it's not doing this for the traction.
No, we do it so that we can talk to it. So we're talking about performance-based mindset in your day-to-day life.
Yep. And how to leave that in either your sports or work life. How to not live the other aspects of your life, striving or performing. But yeah.
And are you ready for my pickup line?
Yes, I'm ready. Mine is original again. So, or back to going original. We'll see if it works.
I think this one's going to be my best one yet. Best one yet. Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you a fart?
Does that smell good?
Because you blow me away.
That would give me right after that. Just Are you a fart? Is it because I stink?
No.
Yeah, the boldness to talk about farts as your pickup line would be an 8.
Yeah, I never would though.
Yeah.
Maybe in my 30s.
This year.
This year.
Dirty 30s this October.
Yippee-ki-yay.
It'll be here before we know it. Do you know if your birthday's on a weekend or a
I
weekday?
have no idea.
Got it.
I know. I just know I have
Do
a
you know
game.
what today is?
Monday?
Monday.
Sunday.
We just watched that SpongeBob episode.
Yeah.
It was great.
All of season 1 of SpongeBob. Yes.
Did you ever... I could picture how bad that Sunday was.
Okay, let me ask you.
What's the worst your breath to stink?
No, not yours. What's the worst breath you've ever smelled?
Oh,
Like when you're just talking to somebody. Do you remember just like one
100.
specific time and you're like, never will talk to that person again?
I definitely have come across people that had halitosis.
Oh, for sure.
Or like, and it was maybe at 24 hours, some work environment where I interacted with this person more than once. But I was like, keep your distance when you talk to this person and try not to show a stink face to offend them because they can't help it. It wasn't like oh, dang, you just ate something. It was like,
That's a daily
something
thing.
is dead inside of you.
Oh, gross.
Poor people have tonsil stones or whatever.
Yeah, gross. The mouth grosses me out, honestly.
Like Finding Nemo. The human mouth is disgusting.
It's a disgusting place.
You never want to be there.
Oh, yeah. Because every time I look at Gigi when she don't brush her teeth, I'm like, girl, I
Yeah.
will not give you
But
kisses.
she's like,
No smoochy kisses
Good
today.
morning.
Yep. Like, no smoochy kisses. I can't.
Yeah.
That thing needs to be bleached.
CPS is going to knock on our door next
I
week.
know.
Okay. Mine, there's 2 ways that I'm thinking of designing it, but whatever. Since you did a knock joke last week, or knock pickup line, whatever, I'm going to do the same. So, knock knock.
Who's there?
I'll be your,
I'll be your who?
hopefully my date this Friday.
Your biter. That was what mine was like last week.
What? No, it was when where.
When where?
When where? I thought you said one where.
Yeah. Did you rewatch the thing? And I
I
said
rewatched
windwear.
it, and you said windwear, and even the
know.
like scripting thing
Said windwear.
said windwear.
Because I made sure I did not get tongue tied. I practiced it. And
And
when
I
you were
blew it.
you're standing over there, and I'm like, windwear.
So I wasn't sure if I would do "I'll be your,"
Mhm.
and then be like, "I'll be your," or "I'ma be your."
No, I like
you,
I'll be
you
your.
gonna be more, yeah.
I like I'll
I
be your.
pivoted last.
Because I was like, Albus Dumbledore.
"I'ma be your" would be too like very obvious of what it's trying to sound, but hopefully "I'll be your" was a little bit more discreet.
If I was drinking and you said Albior, I was like, who's Albior?
Who's Albior? Get away.
Albior, that's a dumb name.
Yep. All right. Let's give a little recap of life post all this traveling because we got back from Utah, had a weekend off.
Yeah.
Half off. Only worked early morning Saturday.
We didn't have to travel.
We didn't have to travel.
Yeah, but we still
finally a weekend without travel.
Woo-hoo.
And then we leave this weekend for Vegas. But having a weekend without travel, how was it, Riley?
Honestly, it went too fast. I mean, well, it was great because Sunday we got to connect with some old friends. Sunday. Which honestly, that day when we were getting up, I was like, can we just stay home? But I'm really glad we went because I really did enjoy hanging out with Jeff and his wife.
And Kathy.
It's weird to say Kathy because
The
that's
Millers.
my mom's name.
I know. I knew you would say that.
Yeah. It's
Kat.
weird. Kat. Still
I know
weird.
your mom goes by Kat.
Yeah.
But
Still weird.
Miss Kathy.
Miss Kathy. But yeah, I could have used like a 3-day weekend. That would have been nice. What about you? Joey, calm down.
Friday we did nothing. We were lazy. I think we rented a movie Friday.
No, Friday we watched movies at the house.
Oh, with G. And Thursday night
No.
we watched what?
It was just us.
Oh,
And then we went to go pick up Gigi later.
you're right. Gosh, see, I don't know what to do with.
Went too
We have a
fast.
free weekend and it's just gone.
Yeah. We go brain dead and it
Yeah.
doesn't even feel.
Oh, that's what it was. We were gonna try to go to the beach on Friday, but I wanted to be lazy.
Mm-hmm.
So then we went to the beach on Saturday.
Yeah, and it was freezing. Freezing, but it was great on Friday and Sunday.
Yep. It wasn't. The water was cold, but being there, you weren't like shivering.
I was shivering.
Oh.
And my
Shiver
nose
me
was
timbers.
running. I was like trying not to wipe my nose on Kayla's blanket because it's the only cloth closest to me.
Which, let's talk about our fantastic diaper bag.
Oh, yeah. That thing's legit.
We had no idea. So the hospital gave us a diaper bag when we left. And we're like, cool, another diaper bag. But then I happened to open up the back and it opens into a changing area, like a little mini bed thing.
Yeah, we definitely used that at the beach.
Yeah.
It was like a little bed for him. It was perfect.
Yep. So now
You
we
could
use,
even like shade him because the backpack part of it was so tall. Just put a little sheet over. You're good.
Yeah, this podcast is brought to you and powered by Kaiser Permanente. No, but
Just
when
kidding,
I did, I was
don't
like, look
sue
how
us,
cool
Kaiser.
this is. And Jessica's like, yeah, they make diaper bags like that. I was like, oh. Well, it was the first time I saw it. I thought it was genius that a hospital gave you one like that.
They didn't give us a hospital bag when we got Gigi, so I just thought it was cool that they even gave us a
That they gave
hospital
us
bag.
something. I'm like, what? Swag bag?
Yeah, I was like, oh great. This
Not
is where
that we're
money's
going to be
going.
back, but
No, but it's a nice bag because it's small, which is great. I'm excited. It's like a good travel bag.
it forces us to minimalize
Yeah,
the
because
diaper
our
bag
diaper bag is
beyond stuff.
so bulky.
Looks like you're trying to get to sneak in stuff to an amusement park. I'm like,
Yeah.
literally, there's nothing in here.
And honestly, too many pockets.
Yeah.
Too many pockets for me. I've never been a fan of a backpack with too many because then you just lose everything in your backpack. What's the point? I've been
My
using
backpack has a lot of stuff. A lot
I
of
know
pockets.
yours does. But yours is
I like
like a military bag almost. So it's
Yeah.
like I feel like it's very
It's like a rucking bag.
yeah, it's like very fitted. So it doesn't expand or anything, but I don't know. That's why I like my backpack too, because it's like a box. It looks like
Yep.
I'm wearing SpongeBob.
Yep.
Just strap them on.
That sounds like a sheep.
A little
Anyways,
bit, but I know where
I
you're
was like,
going.
remove the B. Just
Best SpongeBob impression, go.
I'm ready. I'm
Squidward.
ready. Oh, that's a good one.
The lid.
That's Patrick.
I know.
Oh,
I know who
Oh.
it is.
at least I'm safe inside my mind.
Mm-hmm. Every time. Every
Right.
time we say
To get out of the
same thing.
SpongeBob quotes, let's talk more about Sunday. So we connected with some friends from college that I haven't seen in over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
This whole year has been reconnecting with college people.
Yeah.
That's probably the last. The only other two people would be in Florida, and we're not doing Orlando this year.
Yeah,
so.
we are. Potentially.
What?
If I don't go to Texas, because we're on the wait list for Texas still.
Oh.
So if we don't make it into Texas, we're going to Florida. And if I go
This
to
is
Florida,
the year to see all the college friends.
if I go to Florida, it's the week before we go to Arizona, but we get like a little break before because it's like a Thursday through Sunday thing.
Well, there we go.
Pack it up. We're going to Florida. We're going to Disneyland.
I'm moving to Sparta. All right, but we hung out with Jeff and Kat, and it was not a far drive. They live in San Clemente. We live in North County, Oceanside, so quick 35 minutes.
Down the street.
Yep, we picked up Parlor Donuts. We
Yeah.
were super fat. We're like, what's the best thing that we can get?
Oh, yeah. I paid for it today.
Donuts. Yeah, you had a flare up.
I sure did. Left hand not functioning.
My strong hand. But we were fat, got Parlor Donuts, and where do we start?
We had
We
pizza
get
port
there.
and beer. Oh,
Yeah. Jeff must have known Riley before meeting Riley
Mm-hmm.
because he got Pizza Port pizza and Pizza Port beer.
yeah. So good
So
together.
pizza and beer. That's your first time having pizza and beer in probably a year or so.
Yep.
Wow.
And probably one of my last because after today I was like,
up.
yep. I'm
It's
like,
not worth
yeah,
it. That's
I
why we
think-
go to All Mine.
I am officially done with gluten and honestly alcohol. Unless it's like very small amounts, but that was it. That was my first time having like an actual can to myself, and it was just too much.
Yep. But we get there, and their house was clearly the house to be. They
Oh,
live
yeah.
off base, but military style housing. So all the kids are run. It's like your dream.
Yeah,
Took
it's
me
like
back to
being
the
back.
90s
Yeah,
almost. Like,
being back.
wow, at 8 years old, they're just running around the neighborhood, having fun.
But
You-
it's so
you don't
safe
have-
in that
it was-
neighborhood.
Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah.
It's fantastic. Makes
we-
you want to join the military.
Yeah, I was like, so I'm going to join and then be your neighbor.
Yeah, sounds great.
Because you get to pick exactly where you live, right?
We're gonna be stationed everywhere you guys go.
Yeah. No. But we get there and the neighbor kids are hanging out and Jeff got pizza for them and us. And a few of the kids were,
Rowdy.
yeah.
Or
Which let kids be
rowdy.
kids, but it was, you can understand the
Rowdy
different-
with manners.
Yeah, be rowdy with manners.
Yep.
And certain kids were like, basically just grab the pizza without asking. And Jeff's
Yeah.
like, yo, dude.
Well, Jeff told us, he's like, yeah, only child. And we're like,
Yeah.
Ah,
We're like, oh, that makes
okay.
sense. Yeah. He's like, so is that donut for me? We're like, no, dude. I got
That's-
8 donuts. I know they're big. I planned on them, being cut and I don't know.
yeah, but Kathy's pregnant.
Yeah. I was
and
like,
we solely brought them for her.
Yep. I was like, look, Gigi kept asking, can I have a donut? I was like, you cannot have a donut until Stella's mom, because Kathy was taking a nap. Great for her.
Mm-hmm.
It's
A
like when
5-hour nap.
Yeah. I was
Nice.
like, when her mom wakes up and after her mom has her pizza and donut, then you can have one. So every lady that she saw from that point, as the neighbors are walking around, she's like, is that your mom? Is that your mom?
It was also her hand. She's like, is that
this
your mom? Is that your mom? And I'm like, and she's
And then when she comes down, she's like, are you her mom? And they're like, oh, yeah. She's like, I'm like, nope, she's asking. And then as soon as she said, yeah, Gigi comes up to me. Can I have my donut now? At least she waited. She has been
Yeah.
trending up. Like
yeah.
I think it was just 3 to 4 weeks.
I'm actually excited to take her to Vegas this round, even though our first
Mm-hmm.
round was rough. Like her tantrums are rough.
But it was only because of
Lack of sleep, hungry,
lack of sleep
being with
and
the
hungry.
friends.
She was great
waking up
at the
6 a.m.
venue.
Yeah.
So that was good.
And she's got, I want to talk about the clips.
The clips.
Yeah. So
That's
at
a
these
good transition.
tournaments,
Go ahead.
at these tournaments, the kids, there's this like whole trend thing now where you buy a clothing pin, which is genius. You write down your team name or your Instagram or like a little thing that says like, get it girl. And you clip it on someone without them noticing. And then that person's just walking around with like 12 clips in their hair. So it's really like, it's kind of empowering to most of the girls. So I really like it.
It's a good, not competitive thing to do in a very competitive environment.
Yeah, it really does keep it light, keeps it fun. Although one coach at our last tournament was getting clipped and she threw a whole tantrum over it. And I was like, oh my gosh, relax. Like it's not, she got clipped and she like chucked it. And she's like, if somebody clips me one more time, da, 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 da. And we're like, okay, do it. Clip her again.
It's like your hair is not like anything special right now. You're not at a wedding or like.
But point blank period, Gigi made her own clips for this tournament so that she can be fully immersed into this.
And we're doing it to kill some time because it's a great way of keeping her distracted.
Yeah, and hers look like colorful minions because it's like one eyeball and they're all just different Easter colors.
We've got, I was going to say, unintentionally got basically Easter colors. So I was thinking with the bigger ones, we can write a verse on it.
Oh, that's cute.
Because I'm sure there's people that do that.
Yeah, that's really cute. It's a good idea. They do that at church camp. I'm just kidding.
I could totally. I'm going to sound so stupid.
What?
But part of me is like, damn, I wish I was a kid when they had that. I want to walk through the store and just clip a random person.
Well, the great thing is that
we should just start doing that as an adult.
Oh my gosh. Just clipping random people. No, that's going to...
No, it would definitely...
That's going to irritate some adults, yeah.
Somebody's like...
But you get to walk around with Gigi and help her clip people. So, there you go.
Because I would do it. It would be so much... Like, senior year of high school. Instead of the stupid senior assassin thing that has 1,000 rules where you can't ever get your person.
Did you do senior assassin?
No, but it started way after we were out of school.
Yeah.
But clipping people... It would be a mess, but if it was executed well, you have to keep it on the whole day at least.
Okay.
It's like if it's in an inconvenient spot, then you just wherever you get clipped, you got to leave it.
Well, it'd be cool if it was like you collect them, but you're like waiting for like the golden clip. If you get the golden clip, you win something, and no one knows who gets.
And if
who
you
has
can
the
give
golden
somebody
clip.
a golden clip without them noticing, you win or something.
Yep. Right, or there's like a bad clip, and if you have the bad clip, you have to keep passing it around.
Jasmine's asking if we have Gigi's car seat because she wants to go get in and out.
She can swing by and grab the booster if she wants. You can unlock the car with your phone.
Yeah.
Okay. In and out, our favorite place.
We're only going to have it once in Vegas, all right?
Says who? Actually, yeah, because we do have a kitchen.
Yep.
So
that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Because traveling and eating, I don't see how people do it. Like truckers, I can see why they're not the healthiest individuals.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. When you say booster seat, I keep thinking, nobody likes you, booster. I feel like I say the same 5 quotes.
Probably.
The something SpongeBob, something nobody likes you, booster.
Probably. I mean, I say the same quotes all the time. Aubrey and I, we're the most annoying people in the gym with quotes. The kids say something, they have no idea what we're talking about because we're so old now that they're like, what?
Yeah, you're the most annoying person, period. No.
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 And no button.
All right, car's unlocked. We're good to go.
Perfect.
So the kids are being total ragamuffins, eating the pizza, eating our donuts. But Gigi's having a great time. They had 3 kids, an 8-year-old. Again, we're not going to drop their kids' names because...
You already did.
What? Oh, shoot. Well, they don't know which one was her. Dang it.
It's all good.
But yeah, 8-year-old, 5-year-old, 2-year-old. The 8-year-old was playing with all his little boys. And Jeff is like, I'm trying to make him more athletic. He's just very artsy. And it's like, ain't nothing wrong with that.
No. He said that he wants to be an engineer. And I'm like, your kid is set for life, like, man. I'd prefer it that way versus honestly striving for athleticism.
Which perfect because the topic of today is basically striving. We call it performance-based mindset, but having striving.
Striving sounds more exhausting.
Yeah, it
Because
yes,
it
how
is.
to not strive. And I know we talked about restful increase and peaceful increase, but only for like a little bit. One time, did Jocelyn text you or something?
No,
All
I'm
right.
getting a text from a recruit.
So, it's work. Let it happen. Uh-oh. Leave it, Joey. They're probably looking for the car seat. Anyways, performance-based mindset, meaning that, yes, for sports, you are trying to get better, improve, and you measure your progress and measure your how well you compete and things like that. That's a setting where you just got to perform. And even then, you can do it in a healthy manner. But especially starting so young in age and how competitive... Is somebody knocking? And how competitive this world is very easy to slip into a striving mindset or performance-based mindset with everything that you do in life, from dating to raising your own family to how you love your partner, how you interact with your friends, getting people doing things just so that people will like you, or
Yep, that's why I don't have friends.
because I'm not going to try. You either like me or you don't.
Yep.
So where do we want to start with the performance-based
they are
mindset?
knocking.
Okay. TV timeout.
They know the door code.
Maybe it's not working. Maybe it was maybe it's Maybelline. No, somebody's knocking upstairs.
Oh.
No, Joey, it's fine. All right, so nope, nobody's knocking on our door. The neighbor's door upstairs, and it's just driving Joey crazy. Although I will say sometimes, we're just all over the place. But taking that like silicone spoon and hitting it when you're cooking, and you like hit it to get all the stuff off of it,
that
it
always
does
sounds
sound
like
like
a-
somebody's knocking.
Yeah. It's okay, Joe. Come lay down. Come to bed. Bed.
So where do we start with that performance-based mindset?
Oh, where do we not start? I mean, when's the last time you found yourself
In
striving?
that, yeah.
Minus work.
Yep,
Because
minus work.
that's our whole job is that.
Yeah.
Is often for me, it's in our kids. And every time we go and hang out with a group of other families.
You're comparing it. I was going to say it's
Big
within
time.
the sense of like comparing myself or not feeling like I'm not doing enough.
Yeah.
Definitely with the new baby, I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not being productive. I had the online business trending so much, but then, life hits.
Yep.
But did I fall into it? No, thankfully not. Besides maybe a day I went crazy, but
Yep.
that was actually this Saturday.
I know.
Okay, but here's how you can easily get sucked into that performance. There's performance-based, meaning feeling like you're not doing enough to get love. I haven't done that in years. But for the standard of like having a high expectations for yourself,
Yeah.
I don't view that as necessarily performance-based, is it? Maybe it is.
It can be depending on what comes out of it when it's not working for you or if it's not happening the way you want it to.
Yeah, well, in that case, that was very...
Yeah.
So this weekend or this Friday, right, as we were about to be relaxing, maybe it was Saturday, I don't even remember anymore, but for whatever reason...
It was Saturday because you had to take the kids in the morning and you were losing it.
Yeah. Sending information to the IRS is always fun. So when you have to send, your P&L for as a business, I ask whatever bot is doing QuickBooks, hey, give me a P&L for this time. And it shows that I basically have half the expenditure that I know, like, what am I thinking of? The write-offs. Like, I know I just spent X amount, and the whole amount shows as less than that. So there's no way. So then that got me thinking for whatever reason, when I updated QuickBooks, everything showed as logged, but when I went to the P&L, it didn't show it. So then that got me thinking like, oh crap, when I filed last year, did I miss out on like another $8,000 of write-offs because it didn't show it? So yeah, fun money stuff. But
Yep.
I would say that was not so much performance-based mindset, but letting go of the things you can't control, which is a great song by Soja, J-Bug, and I forgot who else is in it, Collie Buds.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because on our way to go pick up Grandma, that song was playing as I was like,
Maybe you should
right.
listen to God because he's playing a song for you.
No, God totally. This whole weekend, thankfully, I've heard him be, poking little here and there, showing signs of like, hey son, remember me? It's me, Margaret.
It's me, Jessica.
No, hearing the voice again, the Spirit leads you in that sense of like, okay, like sharing stories with Jeff, Joey, and just how he was talking about the challenges that he's faced, and it was a great opportunity to, present the gospel as we continue to hang out in the future. Because, God didn't save him for him to just not.
Yeah, his story's crazy.
Yeah. It was like,
when we tell him that we're doing a podcast, we're going to have him come on here.
Yeah, drive out from San Clemente. They totally would too.
Oh, yeah.
But
we'll have to take our stuff to their house. And
I was going to say, we'll take the stuff over there because there's no way we're having pregnant cat.
Oh, no. And who knows if she's even going to, she's going to be so
Oh, no. Yeah.
So tired probably.
But her normal personality, she would, they're cool. But performance-based mindset, to tie it back around,
yes,
what we're talking about is striving for the approval of others rather than living a life that honors God. And even that can become its own striving mindset.
Yeah, pretty much when you feel like you're on the cusp of some kind of burnout, whether it's in a relationship, work, sports, eating, working out, whatever it is, it's probably because you're striving and your intentions are probably not for the right reasons that are going to fill you up. So, like an example, we can do workouts because I feel like everyone, at least at our age, can relate to that. Striving to meet a weight goal over working out for the love of working out because it makes you feel good.
Yeah, a natural byproduct, or you so obsessed with trying to create a specific outcome. Yeah,
like you're going to beat yourself up every single time that Monday rolls around. And you're like, oh, I went so, everything was going so good for about like 3 weeks. And then you fall off the bandwagon for like 6 months. And then you're like, oh, I swear I work out. Like, okay, I'm going to do it again on Monday. We're going to meal plan. And then we're going to hit the gym. I just renewed my membership. And I have a workout plan. I got it from this Instagram girl. Like, it's just a never-ending cycle.
We call it the yo-yo cycle.
Yeah.
Like, it just goes up and down. And yes, it happens in the fitness industry. It's a very easy, low-hanging fruit to compare it to. And there's other areas in life.
Yeah. I feel like anytime you have like some kind of goal, whatever it is, or you're transitioning into something new, striving becomes something that's can be really dangerous.
It's very tempting. Yeah. And so easy to fall into.
Yeah.
And all it is at the end of the day is essentially pride, focusing on, or arrows in, focusing on everything that's going within you.
Yeah.
Versus taking a step back. Because even if you're thinking about what you're doing and how it impacts others, that can still be arrows in mindset because it's self-centered.
Yeah. You're focused more on the outcome over the byproduct. Period.
But as a parent, how do you raise a kid to not have that performance-based mindset? Or what was it like growing up as a kid for you? Not throwing our parents underneath the bus or anything like that. Look, both of our parents are great.
Yes.
And if they raised the entire world, the world would be great. So,
yeah.
Like, we love our parents. So if we ever say anything like that, it's not about they did this wrong, they did that wrong.
Well, I mean, just thinking back like to when we grew up, and then maybe things that we maybe didn't like or agree with, or we kind of realized like that didn't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Then obviously we're gonna try to change it for our kids, and I mean, my mom and I talk about this a lot, but every kid is different. Speaking of kids, Kayla's starting to wake up.
Yeah, his toes caught.
Oh. It's not his toes. He's ready to eat.
Okay.
Oh,
Go
back to sleep. You know what? I should probably rock that rocker.
Turn the rocker on.
Yeah. Hold on. Pause.
Another
Intermission.
TV timeout. Here. So I can follow the spike and know when to adjust. Joey, get. All right. Hopefully, Kiala will be rocked back to sleep.
Yeah. We got like 20 minutes.
Okay.
What was I saying?
I think you were saying the verse.
Yeah.
No. You're talking about just performance-based mindset growing up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
how-
Anytime I got a butt whooping, honestly, I was like, I'm going to be the most perfect kid because I never want that butt whooping again. That striving concept was really, it like tied into everything.
Yeah, that's more of fear. Living in fear.
Yeah, but you strive
That's
not to
baby.
create errors.
Yeah.
And then that really gives you some anxiety.
All right, pause. You're going to start feeding them? Cover them up?
Yeah.
Okay. Although this is very choppy and crazy, I feel like there's people that would like just watching the family talk. It's totally...
Dude, podcasts
relatable.
are meant to be like authentic and not just, it's not a lesson every time.
Okay.
We're not
Okay.
in class.
Good. Because I'm not teaching nobody nothing. But you're saying avoiding spanking that is a way of developing a striving or performance-based mindset.
Yeah, I would say so. It's no different from like you do play a sport and there's a punishment, obviously within a drill. But if it's a negative punishment, you actually taught me this. If it's the coach being pissed off and then wanting to punish the kids, then it's different. Then those kids end up quitting.
Yeah.
They're like 17-0 or whatever it is because they are too stressed to play the sport. It's no different to me. Okay, dude. Sorry, you're going to have to edit this.
That's fine.
I'm at home and you just have a terrible time watching, okay? Dude.
He's nervous. This is his first time on camera
Oh my
breastfeeding.
gosh, he's a terrible latcher. Sorry, guys.
Good.
Yeah, you might want to put it over his head. There you go.
Okay. Well, that's my wife's breast.
And
Don't worry,
yep.
it's going to be blurred out or whatever.
Yeah.
Probably can't even see anything, but
You tell me you're editing this.
yeah.
You know, just put a little blur, whatever the sensor.
Yeah, there's
little sensor
easily a
right
way
there.
of just
Yeah.
blocking it out.
Sorry, motherhood. Don't care anymore.
Yep.
Second babe. Okay, so what other? Let's talk about something fun. Let's talk about striving within.
Well, I was
Our
talking about something
relationship?
fun. Oh, I was thinking back when you did get punishment for sports. What was your worst? What were you like? I cannot.
Well, you know what Maddie and them reminded me of?
What?
So my first year having them, I felt like being a young coach. I felt like I had to prove a point, and I'm like, you will respect me even though I'm young. And she's like, yeah, you made us run 47 lines. I was like, I did? She's like, yeah. She's like, your coaching style is so much different now than it was then. I was like, which one did you like better? She's like, this one. I was like, because I don't make you run. She's like, no, it's just you actually break things down. You don't just get mad at us. I was like, oh,
So when
good
you
to
say
know.
lines,
Sideline is sideline, which is
that's it,
Yeah, but there and back is 1,
right?
and they had to do 7 timed. I forgot what the time was, and if they didn't beat the time, they had to do it again.
So they did 47 because they couldn't make the time that many times.
Yeah. Or I think it was 49 or whatever. But
Whatever. Either way, that's terrible.
exactly, which is why we kept running.
So your least favorite to do was lines.
Personally, I love sprinting.
Oh, it's a volleyball court. So you take 3 steps and you're on the other side.
Well, I love sprint. And we did full suicides. I think the worst one was my coach riding a bike and us having to do Indian run outside.
Mm.
And he had us at the pace. And if we fell behind, we would do another lap. That was terrible. I hated it. Because I'm not a long distance runner.
Yeah.
What's yours?
The day that it just sucked the most was definitely gassers or running.
Oh, yeah.
Which is...
I ran gassers.
So gassers is sideline.
Terrible.
To sideline. But you go their back counts as 1.
Yeah.
And we did 64. All
What?
because our strength coach... So this is back in college. This is like the second Sunday of camp or whatever. So we finished either about to have our intra-squad scrimmage or had just had it. But either way, coach gave us a pool day. He's like, okay, it's a very small town in Iowa. So it's like a mile walk to the local pool from our campus. We're supposed to meet at the weight room and then walk over. Let's say it's like we're supposed to meet at 10 and walk over together to be at the pool at 10:30. I don't even remember, but we get there, 15 minutes goes by, coach doesn't show up. We're like, oh, well, maybe he told us to meet him at the pool. Mm-hmm. So we walk to the pool. This is the part where I do admit we messed up. I didn't do it. But some of my teammates jumped in the pool and were playing. Which you're like, it's 100 degrees outside. It's humid. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get in the pool. But still, we're like, nope, I'm not getting in until coach gets here. But because however many of them did, our strength coach got super butthurt, said that we never waited, basically said we skipped the weight room and went straight to the pool, which was not the case at all. But he was doing a little hissy fit. And so when our coaches found out the next day, we had to do 64 gassers, which is their back means 1.
Yeah, that sucks.
So that's 116 yards for 1 rep. Basically the length of a football field sprint, but you have to stop, and come back. But yeah. Mm-mm. And half of our team kind of rallied together and we're like, our effort is not there. We're trotting, not even jogging, like just straight, like, psh, 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 psh. That's how fast we were running them because we're like, coach, this is stupid. 10, yeah. Sure. I guess we could, we did jump in without coach there.
Yeah, but, that seems like you do it now.
Yeah.
You try that nowadays.
No, but the absolute
Someone's
worst
getting fired.
Was in high school. They were called opportunities, as in like an opportunity to get better. Smart, but still sucked. I think one of the worst ones was having to like inchworm the full length of the football field.
Ew.
When you're wearing pads and whatnot, is just never fun. So.
It just seems like you can't even do it in pads.
Oh yeah, it was just like
there's no mobility.
Coach Ware called it monkey drills. He's like, I'm not gonna make you guys do monkey drills. If you mess up or you're not paying attention, I'm just not gonna play you.
Yeah.
So striving in a relationship. Go ahead.
Striving in relationships. Let's bring it back to early dating.
We definitely covered this before.
Oh, yeah.
But it's time to talk about it again. Because I don't think we necessarily had it from that perspective. But
no, not the striving perspective at all. How many times in our relationship did we say, or did we get mad at each other for keeping tallies?
I definitely did. A lot. I was like, you
always got mad at me for keeping tallies.
Yeah, for keeping tallies. I was like,
and in my head, I didn't see
score.
them as. I didn't see it as score.
Yeah, I'm like, dude. So what? You just couldn't let go of anything.
No, I have. In my head, it was never. They were never tallies as much as they were like, I don't know, expectations, which I guess could be the same thing. Mm-hmm. So I had high expectations, and I'm like, respect my rules, otherwise you're dead. Yeah. Pretty much. And that
actually did kill me.
I know, I did.
I came back.
He revived him after I was like, maybe shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I guess he's kind of cute.
But yeah, that was take it as you want. But I wasn't crazy.
Yeah, striving being like changing who you are for the sake of getting your partner to like you more.
Oh yeah,
Is
I did that.
basically all of high school
Yeah.
and early college dating. Like that's
Big time.
just the environment nowadays.
You walk a certain way, you speak a certain way. You don't actually speak your mind and like what's actually going.
You're like, what do they like?
Yeah.
What would make them like me more?
Oh, I'm not gonna make them mad because then they're gonna leave me or whatever.
Yeah.
Stupid. Make them mad.
Mm-hmm. In middle school.
That's all you, because I did not date in middle school.
Well, I just meant striving in general, of like trying to figure out where you fit in.
Oh, dear Lord.
Like I play sports with these kids, but
we used to
those
have
kids
a
are in my
group
class.
called the popular kids. We called them Hollister Hoes.
The Holly Hoes.
The Hollister Hoes. But you like hated them, but you wanted to be in the group.
Mm-hmm.
And they're actually like, they were a cool group of kids. They were normal. I don't really know what made them popular, honestly.
Who knows?
Couldn't
I
tell
didn't
you.
go to your school.
We went to Roosevelt Middle School.
Oh, I thought you meant whatever.
We weren't in the same grade.
Maybe Jasmine was at the door. She asked me if I could unlock the car.
Oh. Did you?
I unlocked our car. I'm sure she would have called. She really need help. But what's the noise? Is that him?
That's him
A
eating.
noisy eater. So this guy is
He's
a
a grubber.
noisy pooper and a noisy eater. He's just like,
And a noisy sleeper.
and then he's just
noisy.
He's just like that toy that you'd spin and it'd go. That's him.
They're all like comfort noises or discomfort noises. Either one.
Yeah. All right, time for our verse of the day. It really just changed the verse like that. Dang.
Might change the word.
1 second. No, are you kidding me? So let me find out. Okay, here we go. Romans 11:6. It somehow took me to like a completely different chapter. And if by grace, then it cannot be based on works. If it were, grace would no longer be grace. Essentially saying that your faith is not based on works, because if it was, we'd all be long gone or like have no hope.
Mm-hmm.
But our hope rests in God's grace. So if God feels that way towards us, then shouldn't we also feel that way towards ourselves and to others?
You'd think so.
You would think so.
You would think so. But until that person cuts you off on the freeway, you have no grace.
Okay, I meant performance for yourself. We already
Yes,
talked about empathy
yes,
for others. We're
yes.
talking about your own mindset of like,
Yeah.
because
Is it harder to give grace to yourself or to other people?
well, if you can't, it's just a double-edged sword, I feel. If you
Yeah.
can't give it to others, you're not going to give it to yourself. And if you can't give it to yourself, you're not going to give it to others.
Mm.
But the
I
whole
feel like
point
I
is,
can give a whole load to other people, but to myself, I expect so much more.
Maybe we got to talk about that.
Therapy.
I think it is harder to give it for yourself because you know everything that goes on in your head and that you think and do and all that. So
Yeah,
you're like,
you mess up and
wow.
you're like, dumb. That's so dumb.
stupid. I'll say that. And Gigi's like, Daddy, don't say that. I'm like,
sorry.
oh, sorry.
Forgot
Which
you were
is-
in the room.
She's been such a great kid.
She is a great kid.
Yeah. So raising your children to understand, I think displaying grace for your kids almost matters more than correcting them and disciplining them
Mm-hmm.
for everything. I know I had to learn that of like, it's not just the little things, or it is also the little things. Like you don't have to correct every freaking thing of their life.
No.
So I'm learning because that to me, I'm like, as long as I'm not being mean about it, she's still gonna feel loved. But at the end of the day, I'm like, dude, if I'm constantly on her,
Yeah. In
She's-
her head, she's like, I can't do anything right for
she's like,
daddy.
I can't be a kid. I can't do anything right. So to not have your kid be works based,
Yeah.
basically it comes down to works based versus faith based.
Let them be rowdy.
Yep.
Let them be ragamuffins for a little bit. They can't when they're older. Or they can, but it just won't be good. Oh, sorry.
Did you hit him with it?
No,
Oh, okay. I was like, how'd you bump him with that?
No, I turned my head and it like went. I don't even know how I bounced twice. Did they get the thing?
What thing?
The booster?
The car seat? I don't know.
Oh, she
I'll
texted
find
you.
out soon. Just now? Oh, she asked if we want anything. Nope.
No.
No, we do not. You're going to get another flare up.
I know, and I already ate dinner.
Yeah. It's the question fairy.
Oh my god.
Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. So I'm not going to lie and pretend that we have questions from our kids today, because we don't.
Yeah,
So
everyone's
I have
traveling.
dropped the ball. We have things that I know, conversations that I know that we've had, but not like intentional questions that we haven't answered yet.
Why don't we just put
So-
something on our Instagram?
Okay.
No, just ask. I mean, we have 68 followers on our Instagram.
That's right.
Yeah.
Call us popular.
I bet you 30 of them are family
Our
members.
family 100%. And 2 of them are us.
Yep. So 20.
So, yeah. But no, a conversation that I remember having with the kids, which can go to this performance-based mindset, which I guess was a question for them, but just not one that they wanted to have necessarily displayed on the podcast. But they're all talking about, how do I get abs?
We've talked about this
We have?
in like one of our first 3 episodes.
Yeah, but they've been talking about it again since, I guess,
Because
especially
post
like spring break just happened, so all this. But I think it ties into performance-based mindset or striving, because they're purely thinking aesthetics and making themselves trying to look a certain way to impress a certain person or to impress
be
a certain
better.
people, to be better. And
I
I was
always
like,
did things to be better than people, not necessarily. I was like, I'm gonna be better than her.
yeah,
I'm gonna
not to
better
be.
than him.
I didn't care to be liked. I liked to be, which I was hardly ever better, but I did it more from the
Competitive.
times that I did would have been more of like competitive.
Yeah.
Again, apart from middle school, where my wardrobe changed because of how I thought people would perceive how I dressed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then once I got to high school, I was like, this is stupid. Everybody's wearing whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
So yeah. But you watching this is your time to know. You're great.
Abs aren't real.
Absolutely. But I always tell them abs happen in the kitchen. And I want to be sensitive with this subject without making the kids seem like they're fat. So I tell them, when I worked at 24 Hour Fitness, there was a senior in high school who wanted to do a physique competition. And when you walk on that stage, the women are at like 12, almost like between 11 and 13% body fat, which is not healthy.
You lose your period.
for-
your hormones are jacked up.
Yeah, for men, they drop as low as like 3 to
Yeah.
5-6%. So I tell them, like, look, if we trained her to get to, I think the lowest we got her was 17 and a half, because we didn't want her to go below that. She was still a dancer. She was still only 18. So we're like, we're not going to wreck this girl's life just because she wants to, walk the stage and be super shredded, which I guess there's different categories that you can compete in. But anyways, I told her we only got her down to 17 and a half. So you thinking, like, trust me, you're not far off. We can just measure you, and I probably should, but I'm teetering between.
No, not right now. I would say high.
That would give them the performance.
Yeah, I would say junior, senior year of high school is a good time to do measurements, because then they're going to be
They're more
real
secure.
fixated.
Yeah. I would see, for 2 people, I would do it now just to show, like, look, you're 1% off. Tighten up for 3 weeks or for a month, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But once one person gets it, then everybody wants to test it, and then you're like, well, you probably could afford to trim a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I would not.
No,
I would not, especially if they're already asking. I'm like, you ain't in the
like
right headspace.
No. Now, if you just, no, there's no way of asking that that would make me be like, oh, they just want to get better.
Yeah, because I can easily tell you I've been in that rat race in middle school, especially.
Well, yeah, everybody wants abs in middle school.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing 100 crunches every day.
Yeah, but it was like, it took I could have been so much better of an athlete if I actually ate.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I'm going to skip breakfast and lunch because I don't want to be bloated and I want to be as skinny as possible because so-and-so, like, who's in the popular crew.
Because Martin's picking up my prom ticket today.
Yeah. Well, it was always
say
like,
hi to me.
I always wore the size 8 while everyone was still a 4. And that was just because my legs were always thicker. My waist was small, but my legs were thick. So don't even.
I'm not.
And that was just because of the sport I played. But ultimately, no.
Yeah.
Would not even put that in a young girl's mind. Like if Gigi says that, and be like, girl, you better eat that dang burger.
Yeah. Eat your burger on french fries.
I'm going to get you 4 patties.
Yeah.
It's bulking season.
Yeah. Don't eat only junk, but don't be afraid of.
No.
Like you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
We made it. 55 minutes,
yep,
which is probably only 50 minutes. 4 minutes of silence to start, but
probably
no
like
interruptions. We covered all of our.
So many interruptions. Are you kidding?
No, I meant like we didn't have to rush through the finish.
No.
Plenty of interruptions, but we made it through all the topics that we wanted to cover, which I kind of like simplifying the format a little bit more.
Period. That's why we do this.
Yep. All right. That's it. Goodbye.
Good night.